Hi everybody, my name's Shereen Nielsen and I'm the Director and Co-Founder here at Early Childhood Parenting Consultants. I'm just here to talk to you today about a situation that we commonly see is when the other parent says no. So basically, as a team of sleep educators, we have collectively worked with thousands of families and we've heard many individual cases. But one of the most heartbreaking and sorrowful things that we hear as sleep educators is the fact that consults are not booked as there is no consent from the partner of the primary parent. We quite often have mums contacting us seeking help as they are sleep deprived and they just don't know where else to turn. After our chat, they are happy with what we've discussed and they confirm that they would like to book a consult with us, but they actually need to speak with their partner first, which of course is fair enough. However, it is at this point that we know more than likely that we'll not hear from that mum again. We also have the situation where even though a consult has been booked, it ends up being cancelled as directed by the partner. We understand that some parents cancel on us because they have genuinely chosen they no longer want to go through with it, and of course we completely understand this. We just find it extremely unfair on the mother's behalf when the consult is cancelled purely because the other half says no. The mother is the one in the situation, the one who is really struggling. The reasons we feel that this is unfair on the mother is that her emotions, her stress levels, sleep deprivation and mental health are vulnerable and not really taken into consideration. The secondary carer isn't the one left to deal with an overtired sleepless baby while sleep deprived and running a household. There may be other children in the house to care for too, dinner to cook, washing to do during the day, and then deal with trying to get an overtired baby to sleep and face frequent night wakings. The bottom line is the partner of the primary carer often aren't doing what the mum is doing, so they don't really have a full understanding of what is going on or how mum is actually feeling. Another factor is that the secondary carer often doesn't realise how many things mum has tried. Before seeking help, I can assure you that most mums have exhausted all avenues on trying to solve the little one's sleep issues. They have Googled their issues, read sleep help blogs and books, become a member of a Facebook sleep help group for some direction, or even spoken to family and friends for advice. We are not mum's first options. We are usually the last resort for sleep-deprived mums. The partner of the primary carer should realise that everything has been tried and that they are at the stage where they realise they need the support of a professional. We frequently hear that the concerns about the cost of the consult with a sleep educator, and it appears that the secondary parent is more concerned about spending money than solving the sleep issues. With all due respect, is completely fair enough. We understand it does cost money, and from the perspective of the secondary carer, it may not be worthwhile, but for the sake of the mental health of mum, it is extremely beneficial, as further exacerbating sleep is putting mum at risk of postnatal depression if she's not already suffering from it. Postnatal depression can actually make a woman feel that it is her fault that her child is sleeping poorly, and it can cause frustration and difficulty bonding. There is usually an underlying cause of why the sleep is not working, and it is not the mother's fault at all. Postnatal depression can also cause incredibly low energy levels, making it difficult to get motivated and feel positive. It is extremely important for the secondary carer to consider this factor when deciding whether they will go ahead with a consult or not. Now, no one quite understands the struggle of sleep deprivation like a mum with a child who doesn't sleep. Sleep deprivation is a form of torture, and it is as important as food and water. Poor quality of sleep or disruptions to the sleep-wake cycle due to frequently waking baby have consequences for how we function, causing sleepiness and fatigue, and causes a person to be accident-prone, have poor judgment, and more likely to make errors. It can also lead to depression, and this is something parents should discuss together and be aware of when making the decision to seek help of a sleep educator. One other thing is that it is also really quite stressful for a mum trying to get a baby to sleep. Overtired babies are the hardest to deal with. They cry, they fuss, and they struggle to fall asleep, even though they are clearly tired. Overtired babies have a release of adrenaline in their system, which makes it difficult for them to switch off. When mum is sleep deprived, she doesn't have the energy or patience to face the struggle of putting an overtired baby to sleep or keeping them asleep. Most mothers can't sustain rocking or feeding their child to sleep long term, But if it sees them get some much needed sleep, they will do what they need to do to get their little one to sleep. There comes a point where the mum feels that she's had enough and needs help with breaking the feeding or rocking to sleep association, but doesn't have the confidence or knowledge even to do it alone. If the secondary parents understands this factor, along with the others noted, they won't be so reluctant to work with mum to get the help she needs. So many mums will sit there rocking their babies to sleep while they're crying, while mum is crying, just completely exhausted and at a loss of what to do. And this is something that we need to end. One other main factor is how detrimental lack of sleep is to a child's development, mood, and health. If a child is having insufficient or poor quality sleep, their bodies are not gaining what is needed from a solid sleep pattern. In a sleep over 30 minutes, memory is strengthened, cells repair, the appetite is regulated, hormones like growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, and others are released. The immune system is boosted, the brain releases waste products, stress is reduced, and energy levels are restored. In consolidated sleep over an hour, short-term memory is transferred to long-term memory, newly learnt skills are secured, pathways are made in the brain, vision is sharpened, and emotions are processed. You can see from all of this that solid sleep is extremely important to the growing body of a growing child. A main point to consider is that if a mum needs support from a professional, such as a GP or a lactation consultant, this would be supported by the partner, and we feel that we are as equally helpful in our industry as these professionals are in their industry. The partners of the primary carer should support and encourage mum to seek help with sleep for their child, as this will benefit the overall health of mum, child, and family as a whole. It helps bring relationships back in the family. It creates bonding between mum and baby, and it gets the life back for mum and dad. It's really important that mum and dad sit down and realise what is actually at stake here with the lack of sleep and what things can be done to get mum back to a healthy state where she can enjoy life as much as everybody else. I hope I've been some help and given you an insight onto how to get back on track and how to book in for some help. You can visit our website www.earlychildhoodparenting.com.au for a full range of our services. Thank you.